Good morning, everybody. My name is Jesse Meekum. I'm the founder of YNAB and this is another Whiteboard Wednesday on Wednesday. So I wanted to just dive right in and talk to you today about kind of our thought process behind how YNAB is built, why it does some of the things it does, and doesn't do some of the things that, coming from traditional financial packages, you may think should just be a given. And specifically, I'm talking about reporting. And so I want to kind of just tell you where we're coming from, and then maybe we can have a little discussion about ways we could improve, and then ways maybe you could change also your approach to be more effective, more efficient. Anyway, so in traditional financial packages, you'll see a lot of activity around reports, and you'll see sometimes dozens of different ways you can cut and slice the data. With YNAB, we really want you to focus on the present and look forward to the future, not way far forward where you're forecasting a year out how you want things to be and what you're going to spend on groceries in February of 2011, but just out a month. Look forward to those long-term fixed expenses or unknown expenses that are variable amounts and you don't know when they're coming, and just kind of plan for those, but break everything down into monthly increments so you can work with it. Why don't we do it smaller? Just because monthly is just kind of how our whole financial system seems to be set up. Banks and everyone else, everything's monthly. So we stick with monthly. You can handle it on a paycheck to paycheck cycle, obviously. You just budget each paycheck as it comes in. What we don't want you to focus on, and that's the reason that we have the reporting functionality that we do, that's fairly, it's not limiting. I mean, you can export and cut and do anything you want with the data, but we haven't invested tons of resources as far as coding goes into reports because we have so many other features that we want to add that will help you in the present and with the budgeting aspect to make it faster or easier or simpler. So when you look at where we want to spend our coding time, I don't really want to spend a lot of time on having you be able to look at the past in different ways. And the reason is because I don't think there's very much value to it. People will come to us and say, I want to import all of my Microsoft Money data, and there's 10 years worth, and I want to get it all into YNAB. And we can do that. There's work on your part for sure, we can do that. But really the only reason I would want that data, and what our plan is to be able to take that data and then learn from it and learn what payees you use, what categories those payees belong to, so that while you're doing current, present functions with the budget, we're faster at it. We're faster entering transactions because we learned about your payees and your category behavior from your past data. I do not care, and I don't think you should care, whether you know how much you spent exactly in this or that category 3 years ago. Everything's changed now. It just shouldn't matter. Do you want to see trends? Maybe. How often do you actually look at the trends? That I'm not very convinced about. People always beg for this or that report. They really want to be able to see reports. They want things to be fancy, shiny, animated, moving, whatever it may be. But we don't actually use the reports that much. And when financial packages sell, they often will put that up as really big eye candy, and I'm guilty of that as well. We have it up there, and I'm telling you, it's mainly for eye candy because the people are expecting that. They want to see their data represented that way, but the real meat of the program is always going to be what you're doing now and how you're planning for the future. Doesn't have anything to do with what you spent last month. If I normally spend $200 on car repairs on average each month, and then this month I know that my transmission's going out because it's being funny, it doesn't matter that I spend normally $200 each month. It's going to be $2,000. And that's where all my thoughts need to be. That's where I need to be focused, is what is coming, what is in the future, looking ahead. Nothing about what you spent on groceries 6 months ago has anything to do with what you should spend on groceries now. What if gas prices went up? So food prices went up. I mean, all these different things, yet we anchor ourselves to this past behavior. And so many variables have changed, external and internal in your own home, that it just doesn't make a lot of sense. So for tax purposes, you need to have history. That is a good example where you have to pull out the data. And I'm thinking about how we can maybe help with taxes in a better way. But for the most part, you can just run reports on different categories and present them to your accountant. But all the other reports, I just don't get totally excited about it. I get excited about the features, again, that help you enter transactions faster, make the software easier to understand, help you with your workflow in the current and then moving forward. I hope that makes sense. I kind of feel like I was rambling a little bit, but I just wanted to let you guys know where we're coming from and kind of why we make some of the feature decisions that we do. And that was basically it. So hope you enjoyed that little insight. If you have any ideas for Whiteboard Wednesdays, please leave a comment down below in the comment section, because I feel like I'm kind of running dry on ideas. But anyway, let me know if you want me to talk about anything specific, and I will. Have a great day, everybody, and we will talk to you next week. Thanks.